Okay, well, today we're going to balance sun and moon. And I'd just like to explain that a tiny bit. So we have our spine, right? And this is considered our central channel, which is a nadi, an energy channel. And then our right and left nostrils are a place of stimulation that stimulate two other nadis that run up and down the spine. And they kind of curl around the spine. And your right nostril correlates with the right side of your body and the left side of your brain. And then your left nostril correlates with the left side of your body and the right side of your brain. So, just like people who are right handed, they tend to stimulate the left brain more, and people who are left handed tend to stimulate the right brain more. That's why they say like people who are left-handed tend to be really, really extra creative. They're always stimulating this right brain a little bit more. So we're going to balance the two. And the reason that they say right is sun, left is moon is because they're really looking at the energy in the body. And the right side of your spine is correlating with that masculine, warm, bright sun, action oriented side and brain. And the left side is the feminine energy, the moon energy, subtle, calm, creative. Let's come into a comfortable seat, balancing both sitting bones equally. You can kind of rock a little bit side to side just to settle them both in. Yeah, good. And then find that perfect alignment for your spine where you're not tilting forward or back, but you're nice and straight, centered. And allow your chin to glide back towards your neck ever so slightly. And you can close your eyes. Notice your natural breath. And notice which nostril feels dominant. So one nostril might feel more open than the other. And begin to deepen your breath slightly through both nostrils, both channels. You can literally picture your right nostril as the sun and your left nostril as the moon. Imagine that your inhale is rising up your spine and your exhale is washing back down. So your breath and energy on your breath is rising and falling. And keep this breath as you raise the right hand and bend your first two fingers down And we'll use the thumb to close off the right nostril and inhale through the left. At the top of your inhale, switch, bring your ring finger to close off the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. The top of your inhale, switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Notice the pattern of the breath. Inhale left. Top of the inhale, switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Top of the inhale, switch, exhale left. And keep going. And as you continue on your own, continue to imagine the breath rising and falling up and down the spine. Balancing sun and moon, Shiva, Shakti. The next time that you exhale through the left nostril, release the breath. Breathing in and out through both channels. Invite a sense of well-being on your breath. Bringing the palms together at the heart, gently lifting the heart, setting an intention for this practice today. And we charge and magnify these intentions with the sound of Om. Let's exhale all the way out, squeezing out any stale air. And inhale for the sound of Om. Bowing the head to honor this being, yourself, and this connection, this oneness that you share with all beings. Inhale, keep the palms together, but reach it up. Exhale, opening the hands, reaching them out and down. Palms come together, inhale, reaching up. You can even gaze up a little bit. Exhale as you open out and down. One more, opening this space around you. Like you're opening the crown or the dome of the sky. Place your hands behind you, leaning back a little bit. Reach your shoulder blades towards each other, lifting the heart. And you might even be able to lift the chin and let the back of your head rest on the shoulders. Opening the front of the throat and the chest. Inhale, begin to tuck the chin. Gazing forward and walking your hands a little bit forward. Sending your breath into the hips. Let's rock a little bit side to side. Bowing down at center. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands come behind you. Switch the crossing of the legs so your other shin is in front. Lift the heart up, maybe gazing up so you open the front of the throat. Use an inhale to lean forward, tuck the chin, and reach it forward. Wiggling side to side, helping to coax the hip open. Good, and bowing down at center. Riding your inhale up. Exhale, lean forward even more so that you come into tabletop. Hands and knees. Spreading through the fingers. Make sure that you're distributing the weight through your whole hand, not just the heel of the hand, which will put pressure on the wrists. Make sure your center of your hand is underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. And let's begin to flex the spine. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat, rounding. And begin your Ujjayi breath if you haven't already, so that you're contracting the back of the throat. You can hear your breath sounding like the ocean, and you get to decide the speed of this breath. Good. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale, lion's breath here, sticking out the tongue. Inhale, cat. Exhale, lion's breath. 2 more. Inhale, lean back, tucking the toes. Exhale, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Walk it out, bending one knee and then the other. Tuck the chin, wide fingers. And begin to walk your feet up to meet the hands. Coming into a flat back on your fingertips, or hands can come to the shins. Imagine that your spine is lengthening, so those channels of sun and moon are getting even longer, even taller. On an exhale, keep this length as you slowly fold down. Let your head hang, holding opposite elbows. And bringing your palms together. Inhale as you rise up, reaching the hands up to the sky. Reach up so high that a little back bend happens. Exhale, palms come down to the heart center. Spreading through your toes. Tucking the tailbone, lifting the heart slightly. Let's honor the sun by coming into a sun salutation. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, flying down, arms open wide as you hinge. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, step back into high plank. Gently lower down, knees, chest, and chin onto the belly. Draw your legs together. Press into the floor with your hands as you reach the heart forward and up into cobra. Good. Lower the belly and the chin down. Inhale, cobra number 2. Beautiful. Exhale, lower it down. One more. Inhale, cobra number 3. Exhale, tuck your toes, passing through tabletop, coming into downward dog. Make your fingers and toes as wide as they'll go. Shoulders relax away from the ears, head hangs. Keep your breath. At the bottom of your exhale, gaze forward. And as you inhale, step the feet up to meet the hands and lengthen the spine. Keep this length as you exhale, folding. Inhale, rising all the way out and up. Exhale, arms release. Palms touch. Now we'll come into a moon salutation. You can stand sideways on your mat with your left foot towards the front of your mat. So this will be the front of my mat for the moment. Good. So you're standing sideways, left foot is near the front. Palms come together, honoring the moon and your moon channel. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. And exhale, leaning to the left to form the shape of a crescent moon. Inhale to center. Exhale, leaning to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Step your feet wide. Grounding through the feet, begin to bend your knees and bend the elbows, reaching the hands out to the sides. Inhale deeply here for goddess pose. Exhale smoothly. One more breath. Inhale, straighten your arms and legs in a 5-pointed star. Turn your front toes towards the front of your mat and turn your back toes a little bit towards the front of your mat too, so that they're at a 45-degree angle. Inhale here, reaching your back hip back behind you as you reach your front hand forward. Exhale as you bring this front arm down onto the leg, ankle, or foot. Your other arm either reaches up or it comes to the hip. Triangle pose. Let your shoulders glide away from your ears. Press into both feet. Imagine your spine lengthening. Good. Notice what you can soften and let go of while still being in the pose. If your arm is up to the sky, bring it to your hip for a moment and begin to rotate your heart towards your front leg. So your heart is gazing down over your front leg. And you can bring your fingertips to the floor or to the shin. Folding over this leg, honoring it. On an inhale, begin to bend your front knee and bring your hands down, coming onto the ball of your back foot in a lunge. On an exhale, gently lower this back knee down. Relax your back foot. Imagine that both of your knees are drawing towards each other. As you inhale, reach the arms up, opening through the heart center. Can you circulate any love and forgiveness through the heart? If you lift the corners of the mouth slightly, it will help to open the third eye. Let's inhale together, getting taller. Exhale, let both of your hands come down to the inside of your front foot. Good, and start to shift, so watch me for a moment. I'm facing the front of my mat, but now I'm going to start to face towards the side. And my back knee is going to come off the ground, and I'm leaning into this left leg, opening through the groin. Good. This can be really deep for some of us. For some of us, we might come up here. Yeah, good. Now come through center. So your hands are at center. You can inch your feet a little bit closer together, and it's a squat. So you might be squatting like this with a flat back. Some of you might be really flexible and you might come right down, but otherwise just be where is comfortable. Good, yeah. Beautiful. See if you can lengthen that spine, lift through that heart a tiny bit more. And begin to lean onto the right foot, straightening your left leg out to the side. Now we're going to face the back of the mat. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Lower your back knee. And draw your knees towards each other. Lift the arms up, opening through the heart. Imagine that your arms and hands are channels for your heart center as they reach up. Can you circulate a little bit of forgiveness, a little bit of love? What happens if you soften the heart? Inhale with me, reaching up. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the foot. Lift your back toes, tucking them under, lift the back knee. Good, and lower your back heel down, straightening your front leg. Bring the hands to the ground or to your front shin, bowing over this front leg. Bring your left hand to your left hip, your right hand is on your right leg, and begin to rotate your heart to the side. Good, so it looks like some of you might be doing the other leg, and that's okay. Triangle pose. Hand is on the hip or reaching up. When you're ready, use your inhale to rise up. Exhale, 5-pointed star, standing sideways. Inhale with me. Exhale as you bend the knees, bend the elbows, goddess pose. Feel that inner willpower. Good. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to heart center, inch your feet together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, leading into that crescent moon over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Fingertips are gently touching. Exhale. Bring the hands down through the center line and let it go. Dive inward, notice sensations. What energy has shifted from this moon salutation? Keeping this stance So you're building your strength in mountain pose. Oftentimes, when we try to hold this pose for more than a minute, we start to stick the tailbone out behind us or we start to slouch. So see if you can stay here in this active pose. Your belly is ever so slightly working. Your pelvic floor might ever so slightly be working. Your toes might be spreading a tiny bit. And reach your left hand out like a stop sign. Take your other hand and draw your left pinky back as you draw the rest of your fingers forward. Take a breath. Then move on to the ring finger. Middle finger. Pointer finger. And thumb. Other hand, pinky. Don't slouch on me, keep it lifted. Ring finger. Middle finger. Pointer finger. Thumb. Interlace all of your fingers and reach them forward as your shoulders reach back. Spread through the fingers. Good, reach it up. Bring it to one side, reaching through the heel of the hands. Bring it to the other side. Good, bring it up, reach it out, roll the wrists. And shake it out. When our hands are open, it allows energy from the rest of our body to move through the hands more, even not that heart energy. Let your hands lift up for a moment and just notice how they feel. And in turn, notice how the heart feels. Open the hands out wide, palms facing up, and step your feet wide. Let your toes jut in slightly more than your heels. Inhale, gazing up, lifting the heart up. Exhale, as you begin to stick your sitting bones out behind you, reach the hands behind you, interlacing them. Good. As you're ready, begin to fold a little bit more with each breath. Eventually, your head can relax downward. Your hands are reaching away from the heart. You can even nod the head yes, shake it no. Good. You might like to release the hands and bring them down to the earth. Bring your left hand right underneath your heart and reach your right arm up to the sky, or it can come to the hip. On an exhale, switch. Right hand comes to the floor. Left hand comes to the hip. Bring both hands to the floor and inch your toes out a little bit more than your heels. Just a smidge. Good. Hands can come to the hips now. Lean towards your right knee a little bit. And then to the left. And if your feet feel too wide, you can always just inch them a little bit closer. Or vice versa. Good. And you're just leaning side to side. If you want a little bit more, reach the arms out to the sides. Good. Last one. Inhale to center. Exhale, slowly, slowly start to rise up. Inhale, gazing up, palms face up. Exhale, let it go. Good. Inch those feet together. Inhale, reaching up. Let your palms touch. Exhale, bring it all the way down through the center line. And begin to walk into downward facing dog. See if you can tuck your chin so much that you can almost see, or maybe you can see, your belly button. And on your next exhale, lower the knees. Relax your feet and sink back into child's pose, bringing your forehead, third eye center, to the earth. How much can you let go in this posture? What places can you soften and melt? On an inhale, beginning to gaze forward. On an exhale, walk the hands under you and come sitting on the sitting bones. Let your feet come in front of you, hands behind. Begin to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Okay, and let's come into a twist with this. So let your knees fall to the left, and then start to turn your heart to the left and let your right hand follow. Bring both of your hands to the ground behind you. Gazing towards the back of your mat, can you let your hips sink and get heavy? And as you press into your hands, your spine gently lengthens. On an inhale, unwind. Knees fall to the right, twisting to the right. Let your hips get heavy. Using your inhale to unwind. Exhale, let your legs open wide in a V. And just roll your ankles. Good. So all that standing work that they've done, now they get to open, lubricate, and release. Good. And you can flex your feet a little bit here, and you're trying to keep your knees lifting towards the sky. And let's just tent the fingertips in front of us. Now, in this pose, see if you can lengthen your heart, like you're trying to keep a flat back here. And what will happen a little bit is your pelvis will tilt forward slightly, and you'll feel the thighs opening. Good. Send your breath in to circulate. And on your exhales, what can you soften and still be here? Yeah. And as you soften, you might start to walk the hands forward another centimeter or inch. You can even close the eyes, finding space, circulation, light on those inhales. And on those exhales, noticing what can you let go of, what can you soften and melt. And this helps us to release rigidity. And that rigidity can be physical, it can be emotional. Can those little walls sink a little bit? When you're ready, you're always welcome to just stay here. If you'd like to walk the hands back towards the body, you can. And today, let's rotate over the leg. So bring your hands to your rib cage and turn it over your right leg. Yeah, so there's a twist happening here. And then start to tent your fingers on either side of that right leg. And just like you're spider walking them towards your ankle. And then pause when you start to feel it. So you're probably already feeling it. Take a breath, find space. And then exhale, soften. And you might be able to spider walk a little bit more. What can you soften? On an inhale, walk it back. Hands come to the ribs. Other side, shifting your ribs over the left leg. Nice and gentle. Each side is going to feel a little different. Little spider walks. Notice when it's time to stop. Inhale and exhale. Can you even let go of caring about what happens? Use your inhale to rise back up. Good, just one breath, walk it forward. See if you found any more space or suppleness by going to the sides. And release. Take your hands under the knees and help them bend. Little butterfly. And since it seems to be tradition in this class to balance on the sitting bones, feel free to hold the feet, or you can take your first two fingers around the big toe and you're holding on to the big toes. Either way, let's lengthen up through the spine. And you lean back just enough so that you can lift the feet and try balancing here. And you might shift however you're holding the feet. Just make sure it's comfy. Good. And then maybe one leg straightens out to the side. And the other. Maybe both. Good. Lift through that heart. Yeah. Slowly try to keep your balance as you bring the straight legs together. Let those shoulders glide down the back. You got it, you got it. Yeah, when you're ready, let it down. Let's bring our feet down to the floor. Knees are bent. Fingers are wide. Hands and arms are reaching out on either side of your knees. Let's take a deep inhale together. Exhale, lower down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out a sigh. Hug your right knee into the chest. And then bring your right ankle to your left knee. Keep the right foot flexed to protect your knee. And hug this whole posture in by hugging your left knee in. You can even lift the head, drawing the nose and the foot towards each other. Just 2 more deep breaths here, sending it into your right hip. Lower your spine. Release the posture. Both feet are on the ground and hug your left knee in. Keeping the left foot flexed as you bring it to the right knee. Hugging this in. Stay here or lift the head. One more breath. Lower the head down. Nice long spine. Release both feet to the earth. Tuck your shoulders down and inward towards your spine. Press into your feet, lifting the hips up to the sky, and interlace your hands. Pressing down through the shoulders, hands, and feet. Really send your breath into the belly, awakening digestion. And lower the hips down. Last posture today. You can bring your arms underneath your low back and just lift your legs up, spreading through the toes. If you'd like to try full shoulder stand, then you're going to lift the hips right up off the floor and place your hands on your low back. You can inch your elbows towards each other. Try to walk your hands towards your upper back and reach those toes up towards the sky. Keep your breath. Spread through those toes. You can begin to reach the feet over the head in plow. And then using your hands as brakes, very slowly begin to roll out. Good, nice and slow. Let your legs relax on the floor. And let's come into Shavasana, final resting pose. Your legs release out long, slightly separated. Arms relaxed by the sides. I'm going to sit up, but you can stay laying down. You can cover the body with a blanket. Shavasana literally means corpse pose. And in this pose, we relinquish all control. Even let go of the breath. Allow your body to breathe completely on its own, effortlessly. And surrender the effort that you put into life, even if it's just for a second. Because when we wake, we'll be putting effort in again. This is our opportunity to see how much we can let go. You might even let go of any attachment to your body. And begin to deepen your breath through both nostrils, both channels. Noticing this center line of your body through the spine. And wiggling fingers and toes. Stretching the arms over the head. Drawing the knees towards the chest and rolling over onto your right side into the fetal position. This is our pose of rebirth. Very slowly make your way back to seated. Bringing your right hand, the sun hand, and your left hand, the moon hand, together at the heart. And if you lift the heart a little bit, it will lengthen your spine as if you're a string instrument and you're pulling your strings tighter so that they'll make more of a vibrational sound. We'll chant 3 ohms, sealing this practice. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. And inhale for the sound of Om. Honoring your intentions. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste. Good job today, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for practicing.